Cindy Lou Stalley hugs mother Carolyn Clore last month. Sarah Knight, another of Clore's daughters, was slain in January 2015. Knight's husband has been missing since, suspected of the crime. Photo, Josh Barnhart / special to the Detroit News. Fenville. The alleged strangling of his wife in 2015 was just the first of a string of unusual behavior by Butch Knight. Police say the Fenville man then covered the body with a sheet, called law enforcement authorities about the death and left phone numbers so they could contact relatives of Sarah Knight. He later sent money to have the body cremated. Despite tipping off the cops, Knight didn't seem worried about being caught, according to police. He drove to Maine and stayed at a hotel for 4 days, chatting up the owner and other guests. And then he vanished without a trace. Knight said police would never catch him, and almost 3 years later he has kept his word. His trail has long since gone cold. Instead of tips and leads, police say they are left with questions. Where is Knight? Is he still alive? Did he freeze to death while trying to cross the Maine-Canada border? Why did the retired truck driver kill his wife, whom he seemed to treat lovingly before and after her death? It's really frustrating, said Detective Craig Gardner of the Allegan County Sheriff's Office. I'm sure the family is frustrated, even more than us. Indeed, relatives of victim Sarah Knight, 48, are exasperated. They don't understand how a bald guy who is 6'4" and 285 pounds has gone undetected. They also point out he's 69, diabetic and hard of hearing. I don't understand why they haven't gotten him, said Sarah's mother, Carolyn Clore. He told them what he did, even wrote me a letter. He's making a fool of them. Before all the questions and sadness, there were love letters and the outside appearance of happiness. Police say Butch Knight strangled Sarah, covered her body with a sheet and then called law enforcement about the death. Photo, family photo. Butch and Sarah Knight met when she was taking care of his parents as a respiratory therapist. Despite the 18-year age difference, they were married in 2001. Both had 2 children from earlier marriages. They wrote each other tender notes throughout the 13-year marriage, relatives said. Sarah loved Valentine's Day, so each year Butch got her an oversized card. He called her Honey Bunny. She called him her everyday Valentine. Butch was an avid outdoorsman who got Sarah interested in hiking and kayaking, said her daughter, Roxanne Cameron. Living in Maine for 6 years, they went camping and mountain biking, skiing and snowshoeing. It was a real true love story, Cameron said. I strangled her. It ended in January 2015. An emergency dispatcher for Allegan County received a call about a body in a home near Fenville. The caller, speaking matter-of-factly, didn't identify himself or the victim. Okay, I strangled her, he said. She is dead, and she is laying on the living room floor. You need to get law enforcement out there to do whatever they do with dead bodies. The dispatcher asked the caller for his name.